Lots of people find a way to ask yes no questions to the universe, source, your higher self, the subconscious, however they call it. And this goes well for a while. They get answers. They're amazed with, whoa, I can communicate and this all makes sense and spirituality is real and how cool is this? And then suddenly at some point, things seem to go wrong. The answers that you get are not making sense anymore. You get a yes and then you get a no to the same question, or the answers that you get are frightening you. They start telling you that you have a disease or that someone is going to die or something bad is going to happen. And then this doesn't happen. So, what is going on here? It's a thing that happened to me. At first, of course, we all think we're the only one going through this, but then I just had a 2 day get together with friends that are also into spirituality, and both of them, so we were the three of us, both of them had the exact same experience, and then we spent 2 days figuring out what's going on. So I cannot promise you that I have the perfect answer, but I do have some answers. And the thing that I will do for sure is take away the fear around this, because there can be a lot of fear when this happens. So first, I'll start by explaining in short where these yes/no answers are coming from. For me, it's in physical movements. When I had my spiritual awakening, my body started making automatic movements all the time. It was a bit of a hurdle. Um, Finding a balance in this, finding a way in allowing the physical movements, but not allowing them to take over my life. But I found a way. But these physical movements were really trauma release things, like the jaws doing really these physical trauma release things. But then I found out I can do something else with these movements as well. I can ask questions. No idea who I'm asking this question to. And I can say, if it's a yes, then move this arm. If it's a no, then move this arm. Or you can do it with a head. It's whatever you make up. So I was asking questions, I was getting great answers, and then, as I said, the answers were not making sense anymore, and they were scaring me. And then the interesting thing, when I just got together with my two friends, one of them was using a biotensor. So this is like this metal device. It actually does the same thing. You ask a question, and then you're holding the device, and then it gives you a no or a yes or some other things. And she had the exact same thing. First, everything worked well, and then suddenly there seemed to be a static on the line or interference, or yeah, maybe she thought an entity or dark entity came in and started screwing up the results. And so she couldn't trust it anymore. It was very frustrating. And then the other friend had a pendle. I'm not sure if that's the right word in English, but like this thing on a cord with a weight that you can use. And exactly the same thing worked very well at first, and then the answers that she were getting did not make sense anymore, and it scared her. So same story for the three of us. Now for me, the this was kind of a long time ago that I started getting these incorrect or these misleading answers. So I had some time already to think about what is going on here, and the conclusion I came up with is that it is my higher self that I'm talking to in my physical yes/no movements, but they are teaching me something. So at first they were teaching me spirituality is real. I am real. You have a higher self. There is more to this life than you know. So it was important that I believe these things, and that's why the answers were correct. But then, once that I was on the flow of spirituality, the important lesson was to not rely on external information anymore, and to rely on my own feelings, on my own inner judgment, on my own discernment. And I have a separate video on discernment, which I will link in the description. You can watch it after this one, it gives even more information. But so, how do you teach a human to have discernment, to trust only themselves and nothing external? Is by messing with them, by giving them wrong answers, by scaring them. And it worked very it worked very well for me, because I concluded, okay, I cannot trust these external answers anymore, and I decided to only go with the flow and to only do what I felt like, and to, yeah, not care about anything else. So when I had to make a decision, or still when I have to make a decision, English is a tough language. When I have to make a decision, I only feel, do I want to do this or not? And I go with my feelings, I go in my heart. And this is really what these false yes no movements have taught me. Now, for me, there wasn't really fear around it because I always felt it's still my higher self that I'm communicating with. And they are playing this game with me. It's actually kind of fun because they are trying to trick me and I am trying to not be tricked. And of course, they always win. It's an unfair battle, but it's still fun. So, in this other movie of discernment, I have lots of examples of how they trick me and how they win. But so for me, there wasn't really any fear there. I'm pretty sure it's really my higher self that I'm communicating with. Even when they are giving me answers that scare me, they never go too far. And that's how I know. They taught me so much in so little time by messing with me this way. And they never, when I went into fear, they never went that far that there would be really consequences. I always realized, this is false information before anything really bad happens. So, but my friends were not so sure. They because there's this whole thing about dark entities in the spiritual community, and this is good because dark entities are real and they influence us, and we should all know about them. But there is a huge fear around dark entities. And this is where the problem is coming, because what they thought was there are dark entities that mess with the signal that is coming from the higher self or the subconscious, however you see it. And so that's why the answers are not correct anymore, because it is a dark entity giving these false answers and scaring me. And of course, this is a very logical thing to think, because when something scares you, it is very often a dark entity. And if this is correct, say that I'm wrong, that it's not my higher self, that it is a dark entity, then I still think it's your higher self allowing this dark entity to come in and to mess with the signal, because they're using the dark entity to teach you something, and still you're perfectly safe because your higher self is going to protect you from the dark entity. They will not let it go too far. They will not let it enter your system. They will not let you do anything based on the fear. They've got your back. So you know where I stand on this one. I really think it's the higher self teaching us things, teaching us to rely on our own inner judgment, and only the inner judgment and nothing external. Because right now it's these external yes, no movements, but it could be things coming from the news, things that a friend tells you. It has taught me to never take anything external gives me. And everything is external except my feelings, except the feeling of what do I want. Of what do I really feel? Does it feel good? Does it feel joyful? Does it feel nice? And if it doesn't, then it's not for me. So anyway, this is my point of view on this one. My friends were more thinking that it's maybe another possibility is that it's your own shadow or your own dark pieces, your own trauma pieces messing with the answers. Could be, of course. Could be. I don't think so, but could be. Or that it's the dark entities. Anyway, the conclusion is it doesn't really matter. This is a thing that happens. It happened to me and my two friends, so I'm guessing it happens to a lot of people right now. And this is because we're all playing this game of life together now. Our higher selves all combined, being Source or the universe, are managing the game, and they are kind of teaching us things in groups. So we're with a very big group right now. We're with a very big group right now, teaching or learning discernment. This is really what we're learning here: to have discernment, to trust on ourselves. And they have found a very good way to teach us this, and this is by first giving us this way of getting yes/no answers, and we love it because we don't trust our inner judgment, and we do trust this thing saying yes or no, and it's so clear, there is no doubt. It gives us so much confirmation. We're also fond of it. And then, we love it and we use it. And then they use this thing to teach us discernment and to give us wrong answers. So whatever it is, if it's a dark piece of your own messing with the signal, if it's a dark entity coming in, if it's just your higher self playing this game with you, it doesn't matter. It's something we're all going through, and the way I handled it is just I don't ask these yes/no questions anymore because I don't know if the answers are correct or not. And then, of course, you learn you don't need them. You only need your own inner judgment. And this is all you need to go through life. Every time there is a decision, ask yourself, do I want to do this? Do I really want it? Does it fill me with joy, with enthusiasm, does it feel fun? And if it doesn't, then it's not the way to go. Then it's not the path that your higher self wants for you. And if you're working with a client, of course, it's a bit different. But then still use your own inner feeling of what is the problem, what should I do about the problem. And you don't have to know everything because these things give a lot of details, these external yes-no question mechanisms. They can give a lot of details, like something happened in the pregnancy at 3 weeks and blah, blah, blah. But none of this really matters. You don't have to know the details to heal. You can heal without knowing anything. You can heal based on physical complaints, like you have a pain somewhere. Focus on the pain and allow it to be there and give it space. You don't have to know all these mind things. We're so mind obsessed, and maybe this is another thing that they're teaching us, to let go of the knowing. And yes, knowing things is good, but you don't have to know details. So baseline of what I'm saying is let go of the tool that you might be using, let go of asking yes no questions. It is not needed, and go to your inner judgment instead. And this will get you way, way further than anything external could ever do. I hope this was useful to you. Like the video if you liked it, follow the channel, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.